Good morning, everyone. There, turn my volume down. I think I'm all situated. Let's see if we're where I want to be here. All right, I have no plan for today. I went to a scrapbook National Scrapbook Day with one of my, a bunch of friends actually that I have become friends with in this community of crafters. And Mary Park is the consultant from Creative Memories, and she's been a very lifelong friend. I shouldn't say that, but we've known each other since I worked at the school at Camp El Savona. So I'm very excited to have shared time with everybody at that event. Yesterday was National Scrapbook Day, and we had a really great time. So I hope others were able to get together or create during that time and have fun. I did do a couple of scrapbook pages. It was a very fun opportunity to, let me just bring some stuff in so you have something to look at. I did not, and of course I can't show you anything inside of that, but I have not, I haven't showered. I'm still in my PJs. So here we are with this little setup this morning. So thank you for your patience and understanding. I appreciate you. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This is my website if there's a chance that you would like to place an order. And this month's Happy Mail for ordering $35 of product before tax and shipping in my online store, you will receive a package of rhinestone basic jewels. So keep that in mind. If you want to place an order, I will be sending out gifts. It will be beginning of May sometime once I have all of my information of who placed orders throughout the month of $35 or more. Appreciate all of you that have so far. It has helped me to get back into the swing of things. Of course, you know, I appreciate everybody, even if I'm not selling product. I love having you all here. So I had the pleasure of going with friends to see Laura's Story. And I have been posting some stuff to my personal Facebook page. And I got to tell you, the words of her songs hit home in such an amazing way. There's this one song, Give You Faith, and it literally is just, out of everything in life, I hope that I teach my kids faith. You know, I have not been a dedicated, you know, go to church kind of person. I have my own beliefs when it comes to my relationship with God. I feel that I can do that anywhere, even in my own house. But I'm starting to learn that I need him more than I ever thought I did in my entire life. So even though I've leaned on him most of my life, there were moments where I gave up. And there were moments that I questioned, and we as humans and his children, and whether you are a believer or not, that's fine. You can fast forward through the stuff if you're catching the replay. And I'm sharing this because I'm going to share another little snippet from my Always Believe in Yourself and Your Dreams. It just kind of coincides with, you know, just have faith. Have faith that no matter what circumstance you are going through, just, you know, let it go, let it be handled, and just walk through it. There was an amazing quote that she said, and it was, and this again is Laura's Story. You can look her up on YouTube. You can listen to her music if you are interested. I did post one to my Facebook page for my kids, and it's called Give You Faith, so you can listen to that. There's also another song called Blessings, absolutely beautiful. She's just a phenomenal artist and has an amazing story. And, you know, she's gone through her trials and tribulations. I'm not getting any perks here from her by any means by offering you a little guidance into listening to her music. If you like that kind of thing, I highly recommend it. But anyway, the quote that she said was, "You can't control what you walk through, but you can control how you walk through what you walk through." Pretty powerful words. And I held on to that, and I shared it yesterday in my Facebook story. And I am going to actually have someone make me a sign to put in my craft room because I think it's very important, as well as in my office at work. So even if I design it myself and put it in a frame, I don't even care. It's just necessary to have that reminder. We are not in control of what the elements create for us. We are only in control of how we handle them. So with that, let's read a little bit from Always Believe in Yourself and Your Dreams. I want to thank everyone for joining me here live. I probably want to see if I have comments. Hey, Terry. Hey, Maggie. Welcome, welcome. I didn't have my iPad turned so I could see what was going on here. All right. I don't know if I read this one. Yes, I have. All right, let's move our little tabby thing and get to the next page. Well, if you're struggling over a difficult decision, my best advice to you is to give it the rocking chair test. Imagine that you're 90 years old, sitting on the porch and rocking in your chair as you reflect back on your life. Will you regret things? Will you regret doing this or not doing it? Pick the decision you can live with and have no regret in your choice. Believe in the choices you make. And that is by Anne Larnella Hood. So that's just always believe in yourself and your dreams. And I just lost my page. So there it is. We will put that back in there so I know where I left off. I just like sharing those things every now and then. And that was a beautiful gift that I received from my friend Holly Hain when I was being laid off from the school. Anyway, we've had that story thousands of times. I'm going to collect some stuff so that we can make some things. Actually, I'm going to use ephemera. There is an amazing thing. I did just learn something. I was watching a video before I started here this morning. Actually, before I started getting around and doing things. And I want to show you a scrapbook. I'll show you a scrapbook that I was working on. Maybe we should do a scrapbook layout just for celebrating National Scrapbook Day. So this, again, cover of the catalog. Some of you may have received it. I did not. Obviously, I wasn't doing what I'm doing now to be able to mail those out. But if anyone needs a catalog and would like one, please reach out to me. You can email me or you can send me a message, whatever. This will go on YouTube as a replay for my Sunday Let's Caffeinate and Create. Although I'm not caffeinating today. I'm drinking Fresca, and I know it's early in the morning, but I got to tell you a little story. I don't have any more creamer. And on top of that, it's not payday till Friday. So... Hey, Jenny, I am literally going to just drink my Fresca and be happy with it. And I'm not going to share my cringiness of having coffee. Scrapbook layout. All right, let's go for it. Would you like to see one using the April Paper Pumpkin Kit? Or would you like me to just go ahead and just wing it and create something on the fly? You let me know. I mean, I can do one with the new Paper Pumpkin Kit. I have been working on Paper Pumpkin stuff to share. I know I said I was going to share that with my Creativity Made Easy that I did not do this past week. I will be sharing it this week, so don't worry about it. I had a fun-filled week. I went line dancing on Tuesday. I had Wednesday I came home. Oh, I had a nail appointment, pretty nails, pretty purplish blue nails. I did, went to my nail appointment, came home, and I had a meeting, a Zoom meeting. And then Thursday, I went out with a friend. We went to this Dark Horse Saloon in Dundee. Never been there before. They have the absolute best chicken wings I have ever had in my entire life. All right, we'll wing it. Thank you. I'll collect some stuff and we will do that. That will be fun. Okay, and then yesterday, so Friday night after work, I went to the dinner concert with 3 of my friends at Family Life, and we saw Laura's Story. Dinner was amazing. If you ever get a chance to go there, if you're local, you should definitely check it out. They have great shows. They have shows that are family oriented. They did announce they're going to be doing Annie, potentially. Or was that yes, I think Annie was, yes, Annie in November, December. And they have The Little Mermaid coming up on Mother's Day weekend, which is going to be Friday and Saturday. I might actually go see that because I love The Little Mermaid. Plus, it was another story behind that, but we'll just not worry about that right now. And it has to deal with Holly, but she's obviously must be in my craft room with me today. But anyway, let's get some stuff to do some scrapbooking. Let's find some wonderful paper. I'm gonna wing it for sure. We said wing it, we're gonna wing it. You know what? Let's see what we can do with, you know what would be amazing? Yeah, but I don't want to go there yet. You guys can't get your hands on this stuff yet. But what you can get your hands on, which is carrying over, is a beautiful pack of paper. You just got to find it. And I love it. And it's right here. And I don't know if there's stuff still on the last chance list, but let's go ahead and create. Oh, let's move him. Let's create a layout. You know what would be cool? I've not used that either. There's so many things I haven't used. We're going to do some stamping, die cutting, making a scrapbook page using, which means I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I'll put this back. That's my website if you wanted to do some stuff there. But anyway, we will use our Country Woods. This is going to be a carryover item. This is not, I don't believe, a carryover item, but I love this and I will never get rid of it. Sand dollars. When Brett adopted the kids actually received, I'll find that in a minute. The kids actually received a sand dollar from the judge when the kids were adopted. So, okay, anyway, I'm going to just pull out some colors, some paper. I really love this piece of paper. And let's find something that's going to coordinate really nicely with it. And we will use 2 pieces. And then I'm going to I will grab a little cheat sheet of, I do have cheater stuff. We will grab, I love this paper. Love, love, love. I want some, bear with me. Do I want to accent this color? And then I'll get myself I think I'll go with that. Although I really love the wood grain. Doesn't matter. We'll do these 2 sheets. All right, and then I'm going to grab my, if it's handy, and I know where it is. Actually, I have a better idea. I received a fun little thing yesterday. Maybe I'll recreate that. What are you doing, puppers? So we got this from, actually, you know what? I'm not sure what I want to do. Well, there's all kinds of cutting guides in this little pamphlet. All right, let's see. All right, I'm just not going to show you. I got this little sampler from yesterday when I was at that event. Let's grab 2 colors that are going to look nice with this. And I think this is Pool Party, and there's some gray colors in here. Let's grab the palette again and see what colors are in here. Lots of them. Basic beige, basic gray, crumb cake, early espresso, gray granite, dog hair, misty moonlight, pecan pie, petal pink, pool party, smoky slate, and wild wheat. Wild wheat is something that is going to be disappearing from our shelves if it hasn't already. I know the cardstock is already gone because I know someone was searching for it on another Facebook group. My favorite DSP too. It just is so beautiful, very ocean beachy themed, and I love that. So I'm excited. I'm going to pull in like either misty. I think I want to go with the gray, maybe a gray tone or crumb cake. Let's see what I have in my 12 by 12 stash of paper. That is in my wonderful bin here. And I do have to show you some fun stuff a friend gave me too, that I absolutely love. I'm just going to set this ephemera packs that I just took out aside. And make sure I don't lose that. I got Happy Mail waiting to go out to people. All that good stuff. I'm going to pop open. It's not a beer. Hey, Lisa, welcome. You're not late. I've been jabbering. You're fine. It's my favorite paper. All right. I was just looking for some coordinating cardstock, 12 by 12, that I might want to use. So if I have 2 sheets of something, I'm just going to grab it. Looks like this might be it. Does that coordinate? I don't want gray. I want something crumb cake. So it's all in my hands. It's on the floor. Yep, I'm still not succeeding at getting my stuff done in my room. But you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. So there's that. So if you are patient with me while I'm searching for something, I truly appreciate it, because that's how my life rolls right now. And I have every color under the sun of cardstock. It's just finding what I need, even old stuff. So look at, I have a completely whole pack of that somewhere else. That's Pool Party. Maybe we'll use that. And I think that's two-tone. What else do we have? The new colors. Is there, don't mind me. I'm sifting through a big pile of paper. We've got brights. We've got all the color families. 2023 core colors that were introduced, which contains that beautiful pecan pie. And I may not have a neutral to go other than the Pool Party, but if I had 2 pieces of pecan pie, I could completely use that. Or even, do you guys remember cinnamon sugar? I believe that's what that is. Like I said, I have all the colors. Well, I can't really say that, can I? Not really. Okay, new colors. There might be a Misty Moonlight in here. Let's see. I was using stuff yesterday, so there may not be anything that I need. There's Misty Moonlight. We could do, or this. Friends, I'm struggling. Hang on, there's Gray Granite. We could do Gray Granite. We're winging it, so patience is a virtue right now. This is what happens when you're not organized, right? Or ready for the crafting experience. Okay, we're gonna go through my entire creative process again. Halloween. Those are two-tone papers, and I'm sure there's not the color I'm looking for. All right, we are gonna go for it. Maybe I'll just do 1 page instead of 2. We'll see. Maybe I'll just use what is right in front of me and not worry about it. Sounds like a plan. Okay, that's a whole extra pack. Obviously, I love the paper. And maybe I'm zoomed in too close. Stampin' in Misty Moonlight. Hoot. Hello. You are stamping in Misty Moonlight right now, Celine? Good morning. Hey, Brenda. Good morning. Good morning. I have a special announcement at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I hope you all can join me again. I'll look a little presentable at that point. Maybe I'll just sit right here and not worry about it. So what did I do with Misty Moonlight? Didn't I just have it? Did I not just have that color? Oh my gracious. I know I had it. Did I take it when I moved that paper? Yeah, it's definitely should have been a 2-cup morning. I need to go to the store and get me some, there we go, coffee. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this fun stuff. We are going to make some fun page of some sort. Let's find how. That one's pretty cool. I'm cheating in a sense, but glad you are searching. I needed more coffee so I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I know. Nope, we are coffee sipping and hanging with you. You did, and Pool Party. Squirrel. I did have Pool Party, and that's gone too. My Lanta. There it is. It's right there. Definitely squirrel. All right. So that's a whole lot of cutting. All right. I kind of liked that layout. So let's see if I can do this. We're going to take these pieces and set them aside. I'm going to do 1 Misty Moonlight and 1 Gray Granite. I think that is. And if it's not, it's fine. We're going to make it work. And if not, I'll grab 2 Pool Party and call it even. We are using a cutting guide, and Stampin' Up! Has those with their scrapbook classes, their class kits. So that is super exciting as well. And this is not a Stampin' Up! One. I'm just copying what I was given yesterday. And that's that. Ooh, little piece of paper. Let's see. We are going to cut. Our first cut is going to be what? 1/2 inch by 12, obviously. Brand new blade, should not give me any problems. And I want the stripes to go that way. So we're going to do 2 of those. And we may even end up using the reverse of this piece of paper, like the reverse side, depending on how the layout instructs us. Then I need a piece. I'm going to flip this back around. So it's kind of going to go in sequence here. Flip this back around, and I am going to cut this at 2 by 12. So we've got 2 1/2-inch strips, a 2-inch strip. And you're seeing I'm just laying those aside. So we got 3 2-inch strips. So we're going to cut this down 3 times at 2 inches. 2 inch. Crazy girl. Okay. Again, sequence I guess does matter. Maybe doesn't. I don't really know. This last piece is going to stay at 5 by 12. So we've got that piece all cut. The next piece, we're going to grab our second piece of designer series paper, and we can either use whatever side we choose. And I want the wood grain to go up and down, sideways. So we're going to cut this sheet at 2 inches. So I'm not really winging it, friends. Another 2-inch by 12. But you know what? I'm glad I had these resources near me. All right, you want to keep these separate and these designs separate. Then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut this 8 by 6. So it's already 8 inches, so I'm just going to cut this down to 6 inches. Okay. And then we have this piece that is 8 by 6, and we're going to cut it down to 5.5 by 6. And this is going to be an extra piece, so you can set that aside for now. You might want it for something. Okay, and actually the reverse side might be really cool to stamp our sand dollars on. So we'll keep that handy. That will be the use of all of our paper. Just want to make sure. Yes, 6 by. It's a little smidge longer. You ever have that happen? Just going to trim that little edge off. It's weird. Sometimes we don't always cut in a straight line, and neither does Stampin' Up. So now we're going to grab our 2 pieces of cardstock, 12 by 12. And we will start with, all right, so I need to go to what page for these? Must be that one. Or all of these, oh, they're all used in all of these pages. You can see that. Oh, and then I need to cut a piece of cardstock. So, because I need 5 panels for photo mats that are 6 by 4. So why not use, if you're using beachy themed stuff, why not use Pool Party? Should we use Pool Party as a mat? No, I'm going to use this as my mat, and I'll grab Pool Party. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to use Misty Moonlight as my photo mats. So I am going to pull in my trimmer again. And this is how easy it is to get photo mats. You can get actually 6 from a piece of cardstock that is 12 by 12 if you cut them this way. You would just have to trim your standard photos down to a smidge less than 6 by 4. So we are going to cut these down to 6 by 4. So we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut 3 pieces at 4 inches. Hey, Judy. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for showing up and being here. And thank you everyone that's catching the replay. I'm so excited that I am here with you this morning on this beautiful Sunday. Very windy at my home here in upstate New York in the Finger Lakes. But the sun has finally come out. But with the wind, I thought about getting a walk today. The wind is making it feel like it's 20-some degrees out. So unless it warms up, I'm sticking right here, which is not a bad idea. All right, there's page 1. Okay, We've got actually 6 matted pieces, but I'm going to take one of these because I only need 5 and set that aside. All right, so now we have all the pieces we need for 2 scrapbook pages, except another piece here. Now I just need to find a layout that I want to do, which would be, oh, look how simple that is. All right, this doesn't tell me. So these are 5, 6, and 7. So project 2 will use, oh yeah, all these are mix and match, but that's okay. I'm just gonna pick something and run with it. We're gonna make it work with the way we cut it. So we've got this piece and one of our 2-inch pieces, right? They're not going to match, but they're going to match in color. So this is going to be there. We've got this as part of our, and we should be able to fit. It looks like there's some smaller photo mats on this page, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to use it as a guide. You know what is wonderful? When you take, which I have to grab it because it's still packed from yesterday. Well, I should show you my fun gifts I got yesterday too. I'll share those with you as well. This tool is so handy when it comes to creating 12 by 12 layouts. It is just wonderful because it will help you line up your paper. I don't know if you ever saw that before, but I love using my scoring tool in order to line up my stuff so that I can, this paper is definitely longer than this, a little smidge, so that I can line this up really well. And I know I'm gonna have to refill my seal because I know it's almost empty, but I have one already open. So we're going to, I'm all gummed up now, put some adhesive. I over glue because of my experiences with scrapbooking and the fact that a scrapbook fell completely apart on me and I still have to fix it. Maybe I should take that to Maine with me when I come and get that all put back together. So there is our 2 by 12 piece of the other piece of, and you could flip this over and use whatever you want. You don't have to stick to the same color scheme or the same on both sheets or whatever. That's why there's 2 sides of every piece of paper, right? It's just so wonderful that we have 2 sides to designer series paper. I almost really like that. But anyway, I'm going to use this because I love these panels. So again, this helps us line things up. And there is a method to my adhering. I heard this secret somewhere, and when I'm done laying these pieces down, I'm going to show you another little trick, if I don't forget it. Oh, to get these to really adhere. Now I want to bump it up to this edge and to the edge of that paper without messing myself up. And there you go. You've got that lined up, looks great. No issues of overlapping or missing, not doing things straight. It does get a little tricky when you start doing stuff on the inside here, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna put these aside so I can share those with you. So we've got some photo mats and we need a piece that is going to go over this. And that is actually a different sheet of paper, but since I've cut these, I'm actually gonna pull in the backside of the Misty Moonlight, or the backside of this piece, and I'm gonna flip it over and use it on this layout. And I think I will, you can center it on one of these little strips, or you can bump it up to cover a seam. However you wanna line that up is gonna help you visually, in a sense. So let's put some adhesive on this. Now, as I said, the instructions I'm looking at actually have 6 pages. No. There's several different pages that you do several different cuts to designer series paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you put the whole thing together and you get 6 pages from it. But I'm only doing these 2, so there you go. All right. I'm gonna lay that there in the center of my pool party. Looks lined up, right? Hopefully I didn't mess that up too much. So we have that. Get back to my pages I was using. What was I doing? I turned the page and now I'm all messed up. Okay, there we are. So we have that, and now we can put some photo mats on, and we have enough space actually to put 3 photo mats if you want to do that. And I think I will because we cut that many. So you can line those up however you want. You can even do it this way if you have 2 landscape. I think I like that, so it's not so close to this. And then we can add some fun stuff to it. So, looks like I didn't need to cut my paper so hard. All right, so we're gonna add these flush to our layout. And then we'll do some stamping. And I kind of want to be centered here. So we have a piece that is, well, it doesn't really matter. This is 12 inches, this is 6. So we're gonna line it up, hopefully 3 and 6. And try and place that straight. You can use these pieces here as a guide, even though these may not be straight themselves. But it looks like I did okay. I don't know, maybe I didn't. I just stuck my head in there, right? Yep, looks straight to me. Okay. But everything doesn't have to be straight. You could put photos on a slant, right? Hey, Julie. Need to change my settings because for some reason not getting my notifications will also replay to catch what I missed. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, I don't, as far as notifications, I'll try and figure out how you can set that on Facebook. Because I will be doing these recordings on Facebook and then uploading to YouTube. I think that Celine actually made a very valid point to me the other day, and the fact that I have a larger audience here on Facebook. I'm trying to grow my audience on YouTube. So I want to be here present with all of you who have always been by my side on my Facebook, I was gonna say Facebook channel, my Facebook page and my Facebook group, which I didn't even share to, so I need to do that. So those people are missing out right now with my live, so I need to get over and share that. But, all right, so this, I kind of went an inch from here, and I'm gonna try and do the same, well, it's actually 2 inches from the top. So I kind of want this to have the same distance. So it's gonna be a little awkward here, but it's gonna be okay because we're gonna fill in some gaps with other stuff. As long as these line up together, which is the key. Let me quickly, hey Pat, welcome. Thank you everyone for being here. Let me quickly share this to my group. Simple buttons. If I can find it. There it is. That's odd. Okay, now we're there. So anyway, so there's that. There's our first page. So we've got that all set. We will decorate these with fun stuff in a few minutes. Let's grab another piece. I wonder if I can find another piece of that gray. Again, we're gonna go fishing in my stash. Appreciate your patience. There's probably a bunch of stuff actually in my, nope. How funny is that? Huh. Wow, that's crazy. I've gone through a lot of scrapbook paper. All right. So do we use pool party? That's not the one I want. Or do I find something similar to what I've used? Because I don't have another gray. Let's see. I wish I had 2 sheets of that. Let's see if we have something similar. Oh, all the paper that I have. I know, I'll spare you the singing, right? Spare me the singing. Who's anyone else joining in? Thank you for being here. We're just searching for another piece of cardstock. Santa's Workshop. What is that? Christmas colors. Stands to reason. Are you seeing all the stuff I'm sifting through right now? Get organized, girlfriend. Paper that is retired. Scrapbook pages I did yesterday. Pretty paper, pretty paper, pretty ribbons. What color is that? Lost Lagoon? Well, goodness. I know I had more gray. Hang on. Maybe I have too much stuff. You think that's ever a possibility? To have too much stuff? Not in your life. Never. All right, that was a class. What's that? Is that close? It's a little lighter. What's this? Is that the same? It is. Fancy that, my friends. All right, hang on, this might be loud. Okay. All right, so now we've got one sheet done. We're pulling in our second one. Woohoo! Okay. Now, I can follow that same design, but I'm not going to. Do you know why? Because the instructions don't tell me to. So now I have to do this in reverse so that I have this lip. Not that I needed to just twist that around, but I did. 2 inches of this, 2 inches of that. And this is going to be, so I'll show you them together after I get it done. So let's go ahead and add this. When you are, I think I was getting ready to tell you guys this. When you are scrapbooking, it is really smart to put some adhesive in all directions because it helps things adhere better. That was my, well, not just that. I didn't use adhesive that I loved. I was using whatever I could afford at that time. You never have enough stuff. You are so right. Amen. So putting your adhesive on your strips of paper, and of course, when scrapbooking, you use a lot of adhesive. I do. Like I said, I had a book fall apart. It made me sad. I worked so hard on that book. All right, we are going to bump this up. First of all, this is how this goes. So I want to follow suit with the same colors because this is going to be the other sheet, right? Bump that up to the top, measure it to the bottom. There you go. So you can see where we're going with this. This is the top. This is going to be your right-hand side of your second page, okay? All right, so now that I've done that, I can now bring this in. And we are going to, again, add a piece of this. Now, I want to make sure this is going to line up. Unfortunately, yesterday when I did my pages, I had an oops. And I didn't line things up straight. So, with that, I'm going to bring this in. Hang on, I got to tack that down for a minute. I am going to use this as a guide. Get it all straight with this. Then I'm going to quickly move it, right? Or you can come over on the other side. And I want to line it up, but I don't want to stick it onto that page, right? So it might be smart for you to, is that going to work for me? Hang on. Let's measure where it's at. Oh, we'll do it at the top. It's at, sorry, my big head in the way, 7/8. So from the top, we're going to go 7/8 and above. See, I already messed up. And below. Sorry, my head got in the way. I just need this to line up. Right? Right. But it's on the wrong side. Oh, almost messed up, didn't I? Sure did. I'm like, it's not the same color. So anyway, putting your adhesive on in every direction and then coming in with your bone folder. This was the other tip I was going to give you. I'm not going to do it over this. And varnishing kind of adheres things because the tape is not in all one direction. I don't know a simpler way to tell you that, except on these kind of strips. All right, so there's that. There's our first page. I'm excited. I'm glad I'm scrapbooking. Now, we have 2 of these. One can go here, kind of midstream here. Now this is the bottom. This is the right-hand side of your page. This can go here. Now we can grab, because this is saying grab yourself another piece of, I can put this here as a photo mat, and you could put a photo on there just to add some more texture. So I can totally do that. And then you can title it. I don't want to flip this one over, I don't think, because it's got that kind of wood grain, and there's really, I'm kind of not, and actually I would want to reverse that, right? No. Oh, good, you caught it. Thank you. Thanks, Jenny, for looking out. So this is different direction than this. So now, I think I'm going to cut this. Goodness, can my hand work? I'm going to leave these pieces for the other pages. And I'm going to grab another piece of that designer series paper because I need it for, I'm going to need it for other layouts for this. I'm going to do all these layouts and I'll show you the rest of them later. But I'm going to keep going with this whole theme, and it's really going to knock this out of the park, I think. So with that, I am going to grab a really, I have to use the whole piece though, so bear with me. What do I want? Do I want this? Or that? Maybe this. It's got some gray tones in it. Yes, looks good to me. All right. So what I need from this are 2 photo mats that are 2 3/4 inches by 4. So with that being said, let's see where they came from. They came from 3G. I would show you this, but all right, let me just get, nope, it's not 3G. Let me just find those really quick. They've got to be on one of these. I'm not seeing it. Sorry, I'm fumbling through things. Somebody's saying good morning to me. Good morning, good morning. You know what? Watch this. What size? Hang on. We're going to figure this out together. It needs to be 4 inches. This is 4 inches wide by 6. Where'd my page go? So I can use this, and we're going to cut it down because it's going to give me enough to do that. Haha, that was easy. I make things so complicated. This is 4 inches in the short side by 6 because it was one that was left over. So now we're going to use it and we're going to cut it down to 2 3/4 by 4. Oh, did I mess that up? Nope. 2 3/4 by 4. So there's 2 little tiny photo mats. You can even add a white piece and have it be a journaling piece. And those are going to go right there. Okay. So this is this page. They look so tiny, but wouldn't a wallet size photo? Everyone buzzes in when you're live. And isn't it awesome? I love being here on Facebook because I see a lot more people buzzing in. So thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. I love when people help me out, and you know, this on the fly stuff is totally not my jam, but you know, we're going with it. These are actually a little bit closer, and I think I'll do that. I don't know. We're gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone. We're gonna add these here. This is why I have to stock up on adhesive, because I'm getting into scrapbooking again. All right, we are going to flip this back around so I have this measured out right, because this is 6 by 6, or sorry, 6 by 4. And I'm going to line it up to my 3-inch mark and 6-inch and try and eyeball that it's like maybe 3/4 of an inch there. So there's that. Okay. Flip this back around. And we will put this one here with maybe 3/4 of an inch, same as this from that side. I really don't need my scoring tool here anymore because I'm not putting things flush to the side, but I like to use it as a guide for measuring 3/4 and probably 3/4 here. So if it looks straight, it probably is. And then we're going to take these just for good measure and do 3/4 roughly. Maybe it's a little less than that. There's space in between. Hopefully that's straight. My head's not hanging over it, so I don't know. Looks pretty good. And then we'll take this. How many of you out there, you could also double mat? Yes, you're right. Absolutely. I like that. By putting something else on here. Yes, you definitely can. And I guess it depends on the photos you end up using. I'm always making layouts and not having photos in my hand. This is lined up. Same, 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 same. Okay. Maybe even the same there. Not really. So I have these leftover pieces that are going to go on another project, a couple pages. So I have these two done with that type of stuff. I'm going to just put my scoring tool somewhere where it's not going to fall over. Now I want to take my bone folder and I want to come in and just reinforce that adhesive. Just be careful you're not being rough and that your bone folder is clean, that you're not leaving marks behind, right? And then we'll kind of show you what it all looks like. But this kind of helps that adhesive adhere better, get into the grains of your paper. Now, here's our 2-page spread, right? Super cool. Got a little bent corner there, but that's okay. Hopefully you can see all that. 2-page spread. And now we're going to add some elements. So you have a place here for journaling, titling, whatever you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 standard photos, or trimming them a little bit because these are 6x4 mats. And then we are going to decorate this by stamping some beautiful, beautiful things and die cutting them out if I know what I did with my stamp set. We're going to use the back side. That will pull out some of that wood grain. And I don't need that anymore. Oh, excuse me. Is that going to fit on there? Oh, I don't know. The small one will. We'll cut that out. And then we'll grab some peach paper, or, sorry, not peach. Petal pink. And we'll do some, that's too small, other stuff. Okay, so we've got that. Grab my, even though I know I probably don't need it, I'm going to stamp this in. I want a darker shade. So there's some early espresso in here. There is early espresso in between these grooves. We've got some crumb cake. We could use crumb cake, but I think I want to pull out the darkness of the early espresso on the lighter wood grain. So I think that using early espresso on this would be ideal, hopefully. We'll see. It does leave kind of a distressed look and that other impression of all the, so you can see that one wood grain underneath. You can even stamp off. Oh, I'm in love. Are you not in love? Are you seeing how beautiful that is? A little shaky. I need a sip. Somewhere I have dies, but it probably wouldn't be too hard to fussy cut. I'm going to do 3 of these. I might need to grab some scrap of my paper just so I can maybe get a large one. I want to see what it looks like stamped off. Second generation. That's beautiful too, but I like the boldness of these two. So, but we'll potentially use that other one as well. Now I need to find some, I think it would be super cool to, let me see what scraps I have in here that aren't. Well, I do have this. I also have, what's on the back of that? That's already cut up. Let's play with this. All right, we're gonna make some colors pop, and we're gonna do some starfish as well. I have to find my dies, so hopefully you guys can stick around for me to do that. I'm gonna do some in Petal Pink. And blocks are not over there, they're right here. So tone on tone, let's see what that looks like. We have two different sizes. Remember, you can also stamp right on your pages. You don't actually need to do all the die cutting, you can stamp on your pages. So we're gonna do this. Thank you. Beautiful Petal Pink on Petal Pink. This will fade a little bit after it dries and soaks into the cardstock. We'll grab another tiny little starfish. I don't know if I have dies for all these, but we're gonna wing it. I'm gonna take that Petal Pink and add a couple more. Here, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use all of these, but we're gonna get them stamped and we're gonna cut them out. I think it would be really cool to put some on this. So let's try that out. I think that one's too big for this piece. So let's just grab, oh, that's cute. Do a couple little ones, and let's even cut a piece of this. A little bit thicker, wider, and see what that looks like with that starfish on it. Now I see starfish as this color. I think that's kind of a on point. Stuck my finger in the ink. I'm gonna do it right here. I know that's not where I probably should be doing it. When it's cut out, it might look better, but I think on that tone, it's a little, kind of gets washed out. So I'm gonna go with that for now. And set this aside. We are going to use some words from this as our title as well. So let's see if I can find my dies. So bear with me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm totally laughing right now. Yes, there's a bag in my way. Okay, I need to find Seaside something or other. Hold tight, I'm coming. Seaside Wishes. They should have the same name. Oh, I could have done that. Hang on, I'm coming. Brief intermission if you have to use the restroom. We're gonna be a minute. Plan. Oh, there's those. I found them. Dies. And I think there is even, isn't there an embossing folder? Because it's hybrid, but we're not going to worry about that. Right now we're just going to worry about stepping out from that little alcove I was in, or corner. So that I don't hurt myself. Okay. Stepping over things. Found the dies. The folder is with it. Oh, who knew? Who knew, right? All right, so we've got dies, we've got fun stuff, we've got the embossing folder. Set that in there. I need to get my magnetic things out. Let's grab this so I don't lose anything. Look at, got screws in there, little ring, a snowflake I still haven't found a home for. I don't know where that belongs. Thought I'd figure that out, but nope, haven't. Do you know if you have these magnetic dishes, you should never put it near all the dies that are sitting below you. Never put it near your cell phone or your iPad or anything like that, because you can totally mess up the memory or whatnot in your devices. Just so you know that. Okay, we're going to move that aside. I do want to peek at these finished pages and see how they did their decorating, just for inspiration. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm seeing it. Okay, we need our baby boss, because that's what's handy, and everything will fit in there. Scrapbook pages, dies. Okay, I like to use, and I think I say this every time I'm getting this out, I like to use my gray number 3 plate. It's a little bit thinner than the other. My number 2 plate. I'm going to take these starfish first. See if I can't line them up. You should be able to line them up really good, because there's a little hook on one end of the starfish. One of the, whatever you want to call it. I have to tell you a funny story while I'm doing this. I need my Post-it tape, which is just the best thing ever when you're doing this stuff. Washi tape works, Post-it notes work. Doesn't work like that. Let's get it adhered down so it sticks. Okay, we got that one. Take the little one and get that lined up. I don't know if there's a secret to this one. There might be. A little curvature in one of the... So this one goes there. It's because it's curved. So there is an easy way to figure that out. I don't know what I was saying before that, so if you can remind me, that'd be great. I got a squirrel. Got sidetracked. I was talking about layers, and then I used my other plate. I need to get new plates because they're pretty eaten up, but they still work. All right, we're going to do all this die cutting, get all these out, and then we will move on to the other. I think I might stamp a larger one of the sand dollars as well. Okay, there it is. Just have to figure out placement. Still don't think that's right. Okay, look at it. Which one's curved? This one. So one of the points to the starfish is curved, so it helps you find where to lay that die. Okay. Yes, squirrel for sure. I get to talking and then I get concentrating on what I'm doing, and then it's all over. Game over. Game over. And I don't think I'm going to cut this one out. I'm just not really feeling it. So we're going to put that back in there. And I'm going to take my scissors. I'm just going to cut these. Have these little ones available. I'm going to take this big piece and I might stamp another. I'm going to stamp another sand dollar on that. Okay. So we've got so far 2 starfish that are small, and we're going to cut 2 more. I know this is taking a little bit of time because, you know, that's okay, right? What else do you have to do on a chilly Sunday afternoon or morning? Sorry, besides laundry. I got laundry going too. All right, this week is, next weekend is when I hopefully get that dump trailer coming, and I'm going to start loading up my living room today of things that are going on it. Bye-bye, old furniture. Bye-bye, old dresser. Goodness gracious. Pay attention. Just bye-bye. I tried selling things, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I need more room for my paper. So, stuff's got to go. Plate. Squish. But yes, it was a very, very, very busy week. I enjoyed all the wonderful things that I got to do. Oh, look at that. That's got little flecks on it from the, I'm like, why does that look dirty? But look, looks like it has little sand flecks on it from the paper. I like the looks of that one. Oh, so we're gonna have another one just like it. And so that's my plan. I have a lot of hoeing out to do. Excuse the expression, I guess. Not that it's a bad expression. That word sometimes gives me, I don't know. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Look how chewed up that is. Isn't that really cool with the flecks and the white trim? Not that you could really see it on that chewed up thing. All right, now that we've got that done, let's put our star aside so we don't lose it. And we can reuse our Post-it tape. And the big star can go. And let's see if we can get this lined up. I don't know if this actually lines up to this. I think this is part of the cut out of the embossing folder. It is. That does not fit there. This is a whole different thing. So I need my bigger machine. So let's find it. It is handy dandy right next to me somewhere, along with everything else that's handy dandy somewhere next to me. Oh yes, it's holding up my, sorry, that was an accident. There, it was holding up my, whatcha-jiggy. That's how I talk when I can't come up with words. I can't find the words. So, all right, get out our big boss. Move that there. I'm gonna put these in my tray so I don't lose them. And we are going to find that embossing folder because it's going to cut these out, I think. I don't need that. I do need number 1. And so that might mess me up a little bit. Actually, does it just line up? I don't need them embossed. I just need to line it up. I just need to line it up. All right, we're gonna have to cut these down. I didn't think about that when I was doing all this. No, little oopsie. No big deal. All right, we're gonna figure it out though to get them cut out the way I need to. So positioning this will be tricky, as I thought. So maybe I should have just done that the way I should have. Yep. There's got to be a way that's easier than what I'm putting myself through right now. And I didn't think about that in advance. Where's that little doohickey? Right there. It goes like this. Or you can be brave and just fussy cut. Does it go like that? I found it. Shh, don't breathe. I found it. Okay, we got it. Got it. We got her, boys. And our top plate. Oh, it doesn't cut without the embossing folder. It's not thick enough. It's not thick enough. Or I'm missing my, I'm going nuts. Don't mind me. Coffee does wonders. Need to get creamer. I don't care if I have to count pennies. Oh. Okay, there's one. That worked, right? Sure did. If you can get it off. You have to be smarter than the machine sometimes. Got one more. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know this is a little time consuming when I'm doing all this stuff, freehand kind of stuff, cutting on my video. Guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, we got to find that again, and I think right there. Now that I know where the little divots go. Okay, we'll cut this one out. And I think I'm just gonna use these two. If I need more, I'll get more. But we'll see what this looks like with these pieces on here. Obviously, you can do more die cutting and all that good stuff, but for the sake of time, we're going to see what we can do with what we have. Starfish and this little guy. Okay. We might need some seaweed though. There is that. And you might want to stamp some of those little pebbles somewhere, right? So let's just play. Because we can. So how many of you have this stamp set? This bundle? I wish it would stick around. All right, I'm gonna just take and move that out of the way. And maybe grab gray granite. Yep. Y'all still with me? Let's do some stamping on the page. But I think I want to stamp off and do second generation. Sorry. We're just going to fill in some space here with these rocks. And you can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. Just along that bottom. Add some texture. Doesn't have to be perfect. But that added a little bit to that page. That's pretty cool. I'll show you. A little close up. Got that little pebble bottom. And we'll do that to the other page maybe. Yeah, there's just a little spot. I could do that too. So we'll do that when we get to that page. All right, so now I'm going to look at my little cheat sheet and see how they got these layers going on. It's not the right one, but that one is. All right, so this is page 2, and we are going to add some stuff here and down here. So with all my little goodies, we can add this. We only have one big starfish, and that's okay. I'm going to add one of these little ones and one that was stamped on the petal pink, like so. And we can kind of add those together like so. So we will take a glue dot to those. I'm going to put dimensionals on this, but there is a trick. If you're going to put something where there might be photos, you definitely want to not adhere it to the mats that are there. So you're going to just add dimensionals in the center of that area. And I just had a whole bunch of them that I moved when I was getting my stuff out. Where did I move them to? Is the question right here. You saw them before I did probably. Itty bitties. I don't want tiny. I want big. Big. I have a lot of tiny ones. I want big ones. And they are in my wonderful Stampin' Up! Caddy. Okay, now back to this. I'm just going to add a couple in the center. And they're going to not stick to the corners of our image right there. Okay. Then I'm going to take these and I can add glue dots. Actually, I'm going to put in the center of these tiny mini dimensionals because I think they'll fit right in the center. Did you hear that wind? Holy cow. I'll add one there. One on this one, and we'll kind of do that right there. So there is that. We've got that there. I might want to add something else here. I think for now I'm just going to leave this as is, and then we're going to add some a little journaling piece to this page. I'm going to bring this page in. This is page 1, and I'll get these big pieces and this one. And I think this we are going to add. Do I want to put it all down here? I think I'm going to add it right there, and then we can do, actually we'll do the starfish. Do I want to do it? I don't know if I want to use that big one. I think I want to do all the same, these two embellishing things the same on each page. So we'll grab our dimensionals, make sure they're not touching any of these pages or these mats here. And hopefully this is inspiring you to do some scrapbooking. It'd be great to have some photos. I have wonderful photos from when we were in North Carolina. So I'll add those. Again, I'm not adding the dimensional to that piece of cardstock underneath. I will need to tack that down, it feels like. How wonderful it would be to use my new little fine tip glue that I just filled yesterday, because it's nicer to me than the other glue. As I feel it oozing under my finger. Just kidding. It doesn't want to stay, does it? It will. And then we'll add another dimensional on this one. There. Actually, I think I'm just going to use this glue. Part of this. The only downside is that just going to put little lines on 3 of these. Oops. Cover it immediately. So far, knock on wood. Maybe I don't want to put that out there in the universe. I have not had any issues of that clogging, but again, I just filled it yesterday. So I'm going to add those 3 pieces of the, I was going to say the sand dollar, the starfish to the sand dollar. Now I could add some more dimensional on like in the center here, but I'm just going to let it be. You know what would have been really cool, which still can be done? I could have tucked some, I think this is gray granite twine. I didn't even think about grabbing my twine. This is the 5-pack of Neutrals twine, and we can, if Nigel was watching, do a ship knot. I know I've told that story. It's okay. Oh, my poor son. I harass him, and I shouldn't. All right, I need ribbon scissors, and they're behind everything. Okay. So I've kind of got that wrapped around a little, and I'm going to add that. I'm going to maybe tuck that in somewhere. I could add it under there with a glue dot. That looks like Mickey Mouse ears. Hold on, we're gonna do something fun. 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Y'all still watching, or did you lose me? Have you lost interest? I shouldn't say that. Let's do 2 fingers. It will make it look like, I don't know. We're gonna leave it like this, hold tight. We're gonna do something. It might be wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now, if I can get all that to stay where I want it, that would be fantastic. Oh. Okay, I'm going to do something. Don't worry. It's not going to look this messy. Promise. Okay, we're going to take our fingers. We're going to zhuzh this around. And then I'm going to trim that off a little bit. But I want to have this look like a rope. And I could have it, maybe, if it lets me. That is not playing nice. So what I'm going to do, got you, glue dot. Bear with me. I'm going to tilt things forward so I can see. All right, we're going to get a glue dot, and we are going to plant that glue dot somewhere on this page with my Take Your Pick tool. And then we're going to add, I think I'm going to put it right here. And then we're going to take this and we're going to make it do what I want it to do, which is sometimes very tricky. We're going to add that to the glue dot. I'm going to have to trim that piece because it's really annoying. And I'm going to trim this piece. And I'm going to trim these. And now we have some rope, fishing line, or, you know, throw me a life preserver. But I'm going to add a glue dot underneath that knot as well. There you go. We've got a little touch of twine there. I'm going to roll this one up. And I'm going to add it right there. So there's that. And we can do something on the other page with the twine as well if we wanted to. But I am going to, let's find a sentiment. Your friendship is the best. Love you. Sometimes the simplest thing mean the most. You absolutely made my day. I'm not going to put a sentiment on there yet. I might have to die cut some words. But let's spread this out. Let's move this over here away from everything. And for now, this is my layout. And we're going to add a mat on here of lined paper. And I'll finish this up and take some pictures and share it with all of you. So that was fun. That was fun. We got a nice 2-page spread going on, hour and 15 minutes. It was great. Again, I'll finish this up and I will share. I think this could even go right here or something. We'll figure out a place for this as well. Maybe it will go up there. But yeah, so there you go. I almost flipped the camera and showed you my crazy hair right now. But I'm not going to do that to you. So I hope you enjoyed this time with me, and I hope that you had a chance to do some creating of any kind over the weekend. I want to send you sincere blessings for the upcoming week, and know that there's not anything that you can't handle. So if you missed the beginning of my video, please go back and listen. I shared some wonderful words from Laura's story. And again, please check her out on YouTube. She has amazing music. She touched my soul. And I shared one of the songs to my Facebook page today, my personal page, and I dedicated it to my kids because it's called Give You Faith. And I hope that everything I do in my life, that I at least give them faith. I'm learning to give myself grace. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here and spending time with me and taking time out of your day to be here with me. Many Stampin' blessings, and I'll see you again very soon. Actually, at 2 o'clock for a special announcement. All right, I'll see you then. Bye for now.